It's your boy Mr. Techboy. Today we're going to be installing macOS 10.7 onto this app called VM Ware Fusion that allows you to run any virtual machine on any device pretty much. So this one only really works with Intel operating systems, so I'm going to probably do more videos trying different operating systems via VM. If you're interested in the series that I'm going to do, I guess this is the first episode. I leave a like, subscribe. I'm interested in doing more of this type of video. But anyway, the first step that we're gonna have to do is I'm going to have to get the VM that I just downloaded. Let me go find it. And so this is the macOS 10.7.2 DMG. This is what we're going to be installing. So we hit continue and we hit finish. I'm going to have that in virtual machines, save it to there, and it's going to show stuff like this. I'm going to ignore that for now. Probably was important, but we should see the Apple logo show up, and it's going to take us to the actual install process because you actually can't just install macOS solely using the DMG. I'm actually going to have to create a brand new install, so you're going to be able to see that in a second. When I'm editing this, I'll just make this into a time lapse for however long it is. Okay, that wasn't actually that bad. It was only like a minute or so. So now I am going to use English for the main language. I think I speak English pretty well. So let's go to the next part. As you can see, it's kind of lagging a little bit. I don't know how much stuff the VM gave itself, how much RAM and CPU. Let me go find that out. The virtual machine library. As you can see, I can hit reinstall macOS even though I didn't have a macOS at any point. I think this is the one we're currently running. It only has one processor core and 2 gigabytes of memory, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more of that. So yeah, I'm just gonna shut it down just so I can give it more memory and more CPU access. So just shut it down, and now go into the VMware settings, which on my other screen you can only see one of my desktops, the desktop that I have this on. On my other desktop, I'm currently opening the virtual machine library so that I can modify some settings. So all I have to do is go into here, go into the settings, and I'm going to give it 2 processor cores, and I'm going to give it half of my memory, which is about 8 gigabytes of memory. This is a MacBook Air 2018, so it's fairly more powerful than anything this was meant to run on, but it's still not going to run it extremely powerful. Like, it's just super instant because it's not that much more powerful. But it is quite a few years newer. Okay, so I gave it 8 gigabytes of memory, which is half of my memory, and I gave it 2 processor cores because it sees my computer as having 4 processor cores, even though it only has 2. So now I'm going to reboot up this macOS 10.7. I don't know why I keep getting that error. I could probably fix that, but I don't really care. So yeah, it shows the VMware Fusion, a bunch of code shows up, then it boots in. It's probably going to take quite a while, like once again. Last time it only took about 1 minute, so shouldn't be that bad this time. I just didn't want to run it with only 2 gigabytes of memory and 1 processor core because even back then that wasn't too good. So let's just see how long it takes this time, and then I'll be able to reinstall macOS. Oh, that wasn't that bad. I didn't even need a time lapse. Okay, it's gonna show up soon. There we go. I gotta do this again. Let's do this again. and then we click reinstall macOS. If you're following, this is a tutorial, which you probably shouldn't, because I didn't teach every single thing, but if you are, you would click reinstall macOS 10, which is the copy of Lion. You would hit continue. Then as you can see, we have the beautiful icon of a very ferocious lion, and then we hit continue again. I agree to all of that. I definitely read that just now. Definitely. We're going to install it onto my Macintosh HD, which is actually Macintosh SSD because it's not a hard drive, but this is going to take quite a while, so there'll be a time lapse for that. I will also connect it to my Wi-Fi later and figure out how to do that. Okay, so the install is finishing up now. This is 0 seconds remaining, so the install is almost over. The loading indicator is a little bit off to the left, so it's not exactly on center. But we should be able to try out macOS 10 Lion soon. And the screen has gone black. I'm assuming it's restarting now. Yep, it restarted. And it's going to fully boot into macOS 10 Lion. Okay, so it's still installing. I thought it was done installing, but it's finishing up. And it's going to take another 20 minutes. So there you go. It's not actually going to take 20 minutes, probably only take 2 minutes, but yep, we'll have yet another time lapse. Okay guys, so the installation is complete. Now it says that all we have to do is to restart to complete the installation, so let's click restart. And we should be able to finally see macOS 10.7 running on my MacBook. We have the Apple logo for the 3rd or 4th time today while trying to run this VM. And there we go. So this is the United States. Let's hit continue. This is a US keyboard. Don't transfer anything. I don't have a backup. Can I skip that? Can I skip all of this? Okay, I can skip it. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna put my name. I'll put in, there you go. Can you guys see the password? No, you can't see the password. There you go. There you go. I will not forget what the password is, so we hit continue to skip that. I think I might have this issue with connecting to Apple. Oh, perfect. So, oh, there you go. There's me right there in my pajamas. Can we just skip? I can't not take a picture. I'm gonna use this penguin then. I'm in fact not in Cupertino. It's kind of hard to click it. Can I just do... kind of hard to click it because it's so small. There you go. New York, start using Lion. So we got a gray screen, and boom. It's kind of off center, which is weird, but let's go into macOS 10.7, macOS Lion. The time is correct, which is good. Okay, that animation was not smooth at all, but we did make it into macOS 10.7 Lion, which is pretty impressive. I will not be signing into my iCloud because I do not feel like it. So here are all of the different apps that we have. We have system preferences. Let's just see what it's like opening system preferences and if the animation is smooth or not. Okay, that animation is kind of a little buggy. The app didn't take too long to open, but it was just a little bit slow. Okay, can change these settings. As you can see, that time is not at 60 FPS. It is kind of struggling just a little bit. But anyway, let's see the general settings, appearance. Let's try graphite. I kind of like the blue. And highlight color should be, I'm gonna keep blue. Let's find something else. We can. What is ink? I don't know. I don't even know what this is. Oh, you can draw with the trackpad. That's cool. I guess. Yeah, that's something that doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Startup disk. It's only gonna show this one, I believe. Okay. Anyway, so let's start doing some actual testing to see how this is. So the first, oh my god, Launchpad struggled quite a lot. It takes so long to open all those different apps. First, let's go into Safari. We could have clicked Safari here, but I also wanted to see how Launchpad was. So Safari struggles a little bit to open. Let's see how it's like if we go to just the basic apple.com. Oh, it's already taking me to apple.com, which is perfect. You can see the brand new iPhone 12 Pro as it loads up here. I think $699. So I guess that's the iPhone 12. Yeah, that's the iPhone 12. The iPhone 12 mini is $699. The website isn't fully loaded in, and that font is kind of looking odd. This thing isn't properly loaded in. Oh, that's it. It's not going to load in anymore. Okay, so I guess that's it. It's just, the site is just broken. There's not really any images. Treat yourself to a blank screen. So yeah, no images are actually loading. This is very interesting. Let's see if we can go to youtube.com. and it doesn't work. So it says you have to use a more updated browser. I will download Chrome because Chrome, I've tested this before and Chrome is actually quite usable. Let's see if we can go to google.com and just Google stuff. So let's see if I can search up Mr. Tech Boy. Let's see what shows up. Boom, my YouTube channel shows up. Will it load in here? And YouTube does load in. I think. Maybe. That was a very, very slow loading time, but is it not gonna fully load? I don't even know what RSS means. This is back when the search and the URL were separate. So yeah, this is my YouTube channel. It's a very incredible YouTube channel. As you can see, it's just a big blank white screen. I think it's done loading, so that's it. But anyway, let's get Google Chrome, because as you can see, Safari is not usable unless you want to look at apple.com without any images. So I don't know why I searched it there. Google Chrome download. There we go, now it's working. So I have used this before and it does work. Hopefully it works the second time. There you go. It's not going to receive any Chrome updates. I'm pretty sure this is a Mac with an Intel chip. This is not an Apple Silicon Mac. So yes, we're going to start the download. Download Chrome. Oh, we already did that. Okay. That's not what it looks like anymore. Let's see, downloads. Yeah, kind of not working. I don't think it was meant to do this, but I'll be able to figure it out. So, Mac with Intel chip. There you go, now it's downloading. So, wasn't it not connected to the Wi-Fi before? I guess it figured out it got the Wi-Fi to work. So now I'm downloading Google Chrome. It is downloading at an incredibly slow pace of 700 kilobytes per second, which is not very fast at all. Thank goodness this is a very small file. This is a 60 megabyte file, and it is taking a good 2 minutes to download, but I'll give it a little bit. While it's doing that, let's try and load into the App Store. And I don't think I'll be able to download apps since I didn't sign in with my iCloud account, but let's just see what the App Store looks like. This loading bar thingy is very glitchy. My mouse is very glitchy. I don't think I should be trying to open the App Store app at the same time as downloading, but now it's becoming very, very laggy. I don't think the App Store is going to open for some reason. Maybe because I'm also downloading something. App Store is open. Hopefully. Should probably quit that. Alright, you can't quit Finder. Okay. Safari is done downloading Google Chrome, and the App Store opened up. I'll mess with the App Store in a second. That was a big waste of time trying to open the App Store for all that long. Oh, it kind of did load at the end. So we open the Google Chrome DMG. Let's just close Safari. Was there an activity monitor back then? I have no idea. Let's see. Kind of struggles. Let's see. Let's open activity monitor, which I believe did exist back then. And there you go, activity monitor. Let's open it up. Man, the old terminal icon is very interesting. Still opening with the Google Chrome DMG. Let's see how well this computer is handling stuff, which isn't very well. Alright. So activity monitor for sure looks very, very different. CPU, it's using 70% of the CPU. System is using 28%. There's not very much idle. System memory, we are currently using, this is a very large VM. Okay. Out of the 8 gigabytes, we have a very small amount that isn't being used by the RAM. Great. That's I meant to say look at this, but I was looking at this and I was thinking, oh, there must not be a lot that's not being used, but it's actually this. So we're only using like 2 gigabytes, which is actually really good. So on the other hand, CPU, we do not have a lot of idle, so we have a very high amount of CPU usage. The most of it is being used by the disk images helper, which is probably something to do with the VM. Alright, disk activity. Did it even load in yet? Are we still on the CPU? Where, oh, disk activity is right here. I'm dumb. Okay, yeah, you can see that. It's kind of interesting. Google Chrome is still opening to this day. I did a whole bunch of other stuff, and Google Chrome is still opening itself. So that's just lovely. I think since I closed the other apps, it should go a little faster now. Let's go up here. Force quit did exist back then, obviously. Let's relaunch the Finder just for fun. Just to see what it does. That wasn't actually that bad. I thought it was going to lag out a lot. Google Chrome DMG is still opening. I'm also going to change this wallpaper because although while this is a nice wallpaper, I do want to try other wallpapers. Okay, Google Chrome is not going to match the UI of the rest of the system. Google Chrome is now in the applications. Why is it lagging so much? That was a lot of lag. It's copying, and it's copying at a very, very slow pace. You know what, actually, we're not even going to try and copy it because I don't want to be here all day trying to run Google Chrome. We're going to stop copying, and I'm just going to open it from here. Oh boy. I'm just going to open it right now. It's kind of struggling a little bit still, but there we go. Google Chrome is opening. As you can see, it still has the shadow, but it looks nothing like the rest of these icons. Let's just close this. And it's lagging. There's a lot of input lag now. I already tried to stop this, and it's still going, so that's great. Google Chrome is struggling to open. So as you can see, this isn't launching. This operating system is quite unusable on my computer. It might be more usable on a more advanced computer running a VM, but on my MacBook Air, it is kind of struggling. The first time I tried this, it was actually running a lot better, so there must be some setting that I have to change, but it was actually running a lot better the first time I did this. Let's relaunch Finder just to get rid of this thing. And since last time it didn't actually take that long. And there you go, that window is gone. Chrome is still opening to this day. FaceTime people. I wonder if I could FaceTime modern devices. Like, can I FaceTime someone using just this device and just using my MacBook's webcam? I doubt that would work. I didn't even sign into iCloud, so it probably won't work. But yeah, there is Google Chrome still opening, still taking forever. Let's open Launchpad again, which is going to lag the whole system once again. Still struggling to open. Google Chrome is not having a good time here. It is not happy. Let's close Launchpad. And maybe Google Chrome will... Did Google Chrome give up on opening? Google Chrome may have given up on opening. I'm just gonna restart. Let's see if that fixes it. So yeah, as you can see, this virtual machine does not run too well. It kind of struggles. It surely doesn't help that this isn't a very powerful MacBook, but it definitely does struggle with running stuff in this virtual machine. I've tried to run Windows 10 on this virtual machine software, and it did not run well at all. It ran even worse than this. There you go, my password was entered. It's gonna take a little bit, and it's gonna boot into it. Over here. Let's open Finder so we can once again attempt to download Chrome. Try to open Chrome. And I'm just gonna put that in there. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Oh, there we go. Chrome is in my application. It's not great. Chrome is once again taking absolute ages to open. I'm just gonna leave it and not try and open anything and see how long it takes. I think the fact that I'm also screen recording while I'm trying to run this VM is a reason why it's lagging so much, because when you screen record, you are going to decrease the performance of the machine. So maybe I'll try stopping the screen recording and then trying to run a Chrome, since it doesn't seem to want to open. Try and run Chrome while the screen recording was off, and Launchpad doesn't take quite as long to open, but Chrome still didn't want to open, so that's very annoying, and Launchpad's a little bit glitched. So yeah, it did run it did not, like, it wasn't as glitchy, but Chrome still didn't open. So let's open the App Store and see how that is, and see if the images show up at least for all of the apps. There you go. I doubt Adobe Lightroom can be downloaded onto this thing, but yeah, the images don't load. It makes sense. I doubt I can download Affinity Designer onto this. If I attempt to download Bear, will it install? If Bear installs, I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. We could not complete your purchase. Install error distribution signed by Apple. In other words, you're not going to be able to download stuff onto this. So what did I learn? Well, after attempting to run this VM, and I've ran this before, I just wanted to show you guys what the process is like for downloading, installing, and running a virtual machine of macOS 10.7. It is very, very unusable. This is the latest operating system that can run on VM Ware Fusion, which is an app that I like to use, and it's not very usable. In the future, I want to try and run even older versions of macOS, like macOS 10.0, macOS 10.5, even pre-macOS 10.0. We could eventually try and run the original macOS, and we can also try and run Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 95, stuff like that, just to have some fun, see how well it runs, and just for some good content for a video. But yeah, that's all for today's video. If you want me to continue the series, make sure to leave a like. This is a very experimental series that I'm going to be doing. But if you did enjoy this video, and I'm sure this video will be at least 20 minutes, make sure to leave a like. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Techboy. Link in the description. And yeah, subscribe. That's all for today's video. Goodbye.